Hi guys, I'm Srivastava and I'm back with a new video again. So guys, in the previous video I've told you how to create a basic action. In this video I'm going to tell you about how to enhance your action by adding some images, by adding some links and suggestion chips. So what I am going to cover in this video is fulfillment. I'll tell you just a small thing about. In this video I'm going to tell about like fulfillment. A fulfillment is the code that's deployed as a webhook and allows you to use the information extracted by Dialogflow's natural language processing to generate dynamic responses or trigger actions on your backend. So basically that's a code which you have created like in JavaScript in .js format, and you can deploy that code in your action. So I'll tell you about where you can deploy that. So how to enhance your action, guys? You can use a basic class which contains images, link and titles, and you can use suggestion chips, and you can generate random responses. In the previous video I've told how to generate random responses. If you have in the default responses you have given 2 or 3 responses, it is going to generate a random response among all of these. So now we'll focus on how to add basic cards and how to use suggestion chips. So guys, go back to console where we were. So in this I'm going to create a new intent for skills. Before that I'm going to create some entities for that. So guys, I'm keeping it short. So I'm just creating just create entity. You just click on create entity, name it as skill, and just I'm just creating one entity only and giving it only one name, because I want to keep the video short so that you can understand a lot in just a small amount of time. So guys, now I'm going to create intent for skill. Just sorry, there was a search bar. Just click on create intent, name it as skill, and just save it. Now we have to add some training phrases in this, as I've told you before. So just for that, just I'm giving 2 or 3. So guys, I've added 2 questions just now. So as you can see that I have added skills in the entity, but I haven't added a skill. So just for that, if you haven't a particular word in your entity but you want to add it, just select that word, and just, as you can see, that's my entity at the rate skill. Just click on it. So in the action parameter you can see that skill. Now guys, I have to generate a basic card in which there's an image for my skill, there's a particular link for my skill, and a small description for that. Now we don't have to type our response in the default response. Just click on Google Assistant over here. Now you have to let this tab off. You don't have to open this button, because if you'll open it, it will use the response from the default tab as the first response. It is not going to generate this Google Assistant response, which is going to be an image. Like if you have added a default response, let's say whatever, like Python, and in the Google Assistant you have added some images. So when this intent will get triggered, and if this button is on, it will generate Python, not that image part. Like, and it is also beneficial sometimes, like if a user is accessing your action on Google Home Mini where the display is not there, so there it will generate Python, but if a display will be there, then it will generate the image response will be a default response. Now how to add a basic card in your response, guys? Just click on add responses, click on basic card. As you, there are lists of many things like carousel cards, browse carousel, link or some social media content. You can also add media in your action. So just now we are doing like we are just adding basic card. So like for basic card, first of all there's a image URL, which image you are going to add. You can just go for your image, just copy image address and add it over here. So guys, make sure that the image you are adding, it should be HTTP secure, otherwise it won't take it. Now what is image accessibility? If your image is unable to get load, that text will be appeared. Stack logo. Guys, now you have to add a title in it, like me. Guys, subtitle and text are optional. If you want to add, you can add, otherwise let it be. Now what is weblink title? Guys, they're going to be in this card there is going to be a button. If you will click on that button, it will redirect you to a website. So the name which will appear on that button is your weblink title. So I'm typing, click, and here in the web link I'm going to add the link for mean stack developer Wikipedia link. I'm just copying it and pasting it over here. So when my user will click on this link, it will redirect to the Wikipedia page of the mean stack. So in the text I'm going to add know about mean stack by clicking on the link. Guys, my basic card is ready, but with that basic card I had to provide a simple text response, simple response, like which my assistant is going to say. So just click on add responses and click on that simple response, and there you see that's my response. And I am typing, I am a mean stack developer. So that's my response which my assistant is going to say, and that's my basic card. I just click on save button now. See, my training has been, agent training started, and when it will get completed, now I'm going to test my assistant. Guys, you cannot try that basic card, you cannot test that basic card over here because it won't generate the display. It doesn't have a display. So you can either test by clicking on that, see how it works in Google Assistant, or you can go to your action console. There you can see a button called simulator. Just click on it and it will redirect you to the simulator. Now just click on, that's my invocation, talk to Angad agent. And now see.
Sure, let's get the test version of Ang agent.
Now just type that's my question.
I am a mean stack developer.
Guys, as you can see, this is my simple response which I added, and there you can see the display that the surface is phone means that I am using phone for accessing that agent. I am zooming it. That's my I am a mean stack developer. That's my simple response. Mean, that's my title. There is my image. There's my description text, and that click, I've told you that this text will be a web link title, what will appear on the button. Now if I'll just click this button, see, it will redirect me to the Wikipedia page of mean stack. So that's how you can add basic card. Now let us add some suggestion chips. Now what are suggestion chips? Guys, how will the user know that he can still have the conversation with your agent? By asking just one question, like if you will say like how do you do, it will generate a response like I'm fine. Now how will the user know that he can still have the conversation, and what a user can do with your assistant, like what type of question you can user can ask to your agent. Guys, was that option of suggestion chips is available, and you can add these suggestions. Just click on like as you have seen, like Google Assistant over here, and click on add response, and click on the suggestion chips. Now you can see over here you have to name your intents. I have named education my first intent, and I'm going to create an exit intent also. So let us now just add it, and just click on the save button. Now guys, don't forget to click the save button. Guys, let's again go to the action simulator. Let us try it again. Talk to Angad agent.
Okay, getting the test version of Ang Agent.
Here it is. Tell me about your skills. Enter.
I am a mean stack developer.
Guys, you can see there are suggestions like education exit, which I have added. So now it will get display on the user screen also, that what he can further ask. I have added an intent for education also. If guys, so that was my suggestion. That was like how to add a suggestion chips. So guys, suggestion chips are very important for action, because with the help of that only a user can know that he can still have a conversation, and what are the things he can ask to your agent. So add suggestion chips in all your intent, otherwise it will, when you deploy your action, it will give you a error like mic on error. So for that you have to add suggestion chips in all your intents. So guys, these are my basic intents. As you have seen, education skills. So I have told you how to create intents, I've told you how to create entities, I've told you how to add basic cards with images and links, and how to add suggestion chips. Now I'm going to wrap up my this action. So for that I have to create an intent for exit. So just name it as exit. Just what a user can say, like buy, cancel. So these are the responses, questions. These are the training phases, like which a user going to say if he or she want to exit your action. So for that I am going to generate a random response like okay, bye, nice talking to you. Okay, bye. It was nice talking to you. Now let's just save it. Now to make it as an exit intent, you have to click on this button. Set this intent as end of conversation. So when this intent will trigger, your action will know that this is an exit intent. So now the conversation is end. So you have to add an exit intent, a default fallback, and default fallback welcome will be always be there, and you have to add some other intent. So guys, to make your intent more accurate and more enhancing, you have to what you have to do is add many training phases. I have add just 2 or 3 training phases, but you have to have more than 10 training phases to make it more accurate, because the more you will train your agent, and the more accurate it will be. Let's see, my exit intent is also ready. So guys, sorry, my action is ready now. Another thing I want to tell you is fulfillment. What is fulfillment? Like there is a webhook and inline editor. If you have made your own code, like if you have integrated some APIs, some third-party APIs, like say, and you have made an API, you can also deploy it over here. It will, or you can code it over here. Like just click on inline editor. You can code over here in JavaScript, So this is a tool provided by action go. And but remember, if you are coding in inline editor, so the intent for which you are going to use that inline editor, don't forget to like on this button in enable webhook call for this intent. If you will make it on, so what it will do is whenever this intent is going to get triggered, it will not generate random responses like this. It will go to your inline editor, your webhook. It will call the webhook for the responses or for whatever the execution is going to be done. So remember that. Another thing is training. You can train your action according to yourself, like you can block some of your questions and all. Guys, another good important thing is small talk. Like what if you're a user, guys, what if a user is going to start a talk with your agent? Like what if he says like how are you, and you are so sweet. So for that also you should have some responses. So you don't have to do anything, you can just click on this small talk and just enable this button. After enabling, it will get saved. Now what you can do is you can customize your small talk according to yourself, and if you don't want to do that, it is inbuilt over there. You can like customize your about agent questions. There are questions like who are you, I am an Angad agent, how old are you, tell just give us some age and all. So you can customize your small talk according to yourself also. This will make your action more enhancing, and the user will what is your main target is to make the user feel is to make the user feel having a conversational experience, a good conversational experience. So for that, just enable this small talk. So guys, now your action is ready to be deployed. Now in the next video we will see how to deploy our action. So in the next video we'll see how to deploy our action. So for now, thank you so much guys for joining me.